Today I'm going to be comparing the Samsung Gear Fit to the Sony Smartwatch 3. So what do these two have in common? Well, first of all, they're both smartwatches. You could say that the Samsung Gear Fit is less of a smartwatch because it's not really classified as a smartwatch but more as a fitness band. However, it does tell you the time and it basically does all of the things the Sony Smartwatch 3 does. However, it just doesn't do it standalone. You will always need the in this case, for the Samsung Gear Fit, need your Samsung phone with it, and the Smartwatch 3, the Sony Smartwatch 3, you can basically use with any Android device that has a particular Android version, and I will put that here. So what's the difference between these two devices? I will start off with the features of the Sony Smartwatch 3. It's of course a smartwatch. It works with any Android device that's on Android 4.3 or higher. It's got built-in GPS, a pedometer, a compass, accelerometer, gyroscope, 420 milliamp battery, which should take up to 2 days with normal use, and it has 4 gigabytes of internal memory for music. I'm not going to go over the actual performance specs as both these smartwatches basically run at the same speed, but to give you an indication, the Smartwatch 3 runs at 512 megabytes of RAM and is working a quad-ARM A7 processor. It has of course a microphone and it works on Bluetooth 4.0. It's got NFC, which as of now hasn't been enabled yet, Wi-Fi, and you can charge it using a micro USB connector. So the great thing about the Sony Smartwatch 3 is that it has a microphone which you can use to control your device or send messages. You can set appointments for your calendar and you can do so much more. It doesn't have a heart rate monitor, which is really odd as most of the smartwatches in the market at the moment do have this feature. It does of course count your steps, and with the built-in GPS tracker you can go out for a run or a cycle without having to take your phone with you and still track your route or track. Something at the moment only this watch has. The fact that you can basically use this smartwatch standalone is probably the main reason why I bought this over any other smartwatches at the market at the moment. I can cycle back and to the gym, playing music, tracking my activities without using my phone. That's the second reason I bought the Sony Smartwatch 3. You can use the 4 gigabytes of internal memory for music. You can sync music from your Android device over Google Play Music to your smartwatch. Connect a Bluetooth headset and you're all good to go. And this all without your phone. Now let's have a look at the Samsung Gear Fit. The Samsung Gear Fit is officially a fitness band. It requires a Samsung phone to connect to with Android 4.3 or higher. However, there are tricks that enable you to use it with any other Android device. It has a heart rate monitor, pedometer, gyroscope, Bluetooth 4.0, and it has a 210 milliamp battery that should last for around 3 to 4 days with normal use. When you look at the Samsung Gear Fit, it basically does the exact same thing as the Sony Smartwatch 3, but you cannot do any of it standalone. It doesn't have a built-in GPS tracker, so if you do want to track your activities, you will always have to take your phone with you. It tracks your steps, tells the time, pushes notifications, and you can use the Gear Fit as a remote for playing music. You would think that the Samsung Gear Fit wouldn't be classified as a fitness band, as all the features it offers are basically the same as the Sony Smartwatch 3. It even has a built-in heart rate monitor that the Sony Smartwatch 3 misses. The thing is that it is more of an extension to your phone than the Sony Smartwatch 3 is. It runs its own OS as opposed to the Sony Smartwatch 3 that runs Android Wear. You can download many apps for the Sony Smartwatch 3, as the Samsung Gear Fit only has a handful, like a calendar app, but it does support the latest Endomondo wearable app. The Sony Smartwatch 3 goes for around 180 euros, and you can get a Sony Smartwatch 3 for free with Samsung Galaxy S5s, or are usually sold individually for around 100 euros. My girlfriend's got this one secondhand for 45. Many people who got the Gear Fit for free with their Galaxy S5 at the time didn't really know what to do with it. Now that the wearable market is coming to a rise, these fitness bands are suddenly a lot more in the picture. My conclusion is if you hate carrying your phone to the gym or doing any other activities that involves tracking steps, your calories, your speed, then the Sony Smartwatch 3 is definitely for you. If you don't mind carrying your phone with you and you have a Samsung phone or found a way to use it on an Android phone, just go for the Gear Fit, as it basically does exactly the same as the Sony Smartwatch 3 and is even a lot cheaper. The argument one can give for not getting the Gear Fit is that it basically is just an extension of your phone and you can live without it. This is definitely true, as I bought the Sony Smartwatch 3 mainly so that I can use it without my phone. Hope this gave you a little bit more inside information on what it's like using and wearing one of these two devices. Let me know which one you prefer or am using at the moment in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Marscamp out.